Hello, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to the new time for Live with Puppers and Mel. I hope this is a good time for you. I don't know who all's here right now, but if you can say hello, welcome in, welcome in. We are chatting on the bed today because I am working on the GraphGAN. I am almost done with it, and oh, Jeannie has been so patient with me, so I want to get it done for her. But how are you on this fine March morning? How are you? But I don't know who all's here, if anybody. But if not, I'm just going to chat to myself and the puppies. They are, one's on the floor. She had a near mishap trying to get up on the bed, so I think she's a little gun shy right now. Poor Ruby. Some days it's just not as easy for her as other days with her joints, and it's a bit rainy out today, so she might be having a little joint issue. Hello, Nancy. And Roseanne and Wriggles. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you guys? And underneath Jeannie V's GraphGAN, tucked away. Hello, Allie. Oh, no. Well, you better, take care of that phone. But oh, no. What did I do? Oh, no. But sorry about that, guys. I was pushing buttons. Underneath this, if you can see her, tucked away underneath the blanket is Ziva, the diva. But, yes. So, hello, Miss Moo. Yes, I have changed the time, Miss Moo, Sarah. I have moved it back a bit. Hello, Dragon Cat, in hopes that more people will be able to attend. And I figured it would still be available for people overseas, like you and Perp and some of our other friends. I'm so glad to see you. How are you doing? Look at everybody already here. Yes. How is everybody's weather? We are having rain today, but you know what they say about, spring showers and everyone. Nobody will make you, Nancy. Nobody dare make you adult. No, not in this group, not in this chat, not on my channel. Nobody makes anybody do anything except be kind and thoughtful and compassionate. Yeah, seems to be raining everywhere. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right, Dragon Cat. All your doctor's appointments going all right and everything. We have not talked in quite some time. I think we're due for a chat. Yes, I am in PA also, Roseanne. I am in North Central PA. And I think it's actually stopped raining for a moment. Yes, I think we're due for a chat, Dragon Cat. I've missed our chats. Oh, no worries, Miss Moo. No worries at all. Oh, yes. The sunshine is lovely when it comes. Oh. Well, let's hope we can take some of that crabby away, Nancy. Yes. We don't want crabby. Nope. No crabby. And at least that's off your list now. It's all said, done, you know, what do they say? Done and dusted. So it's off your list and taken care of. Yes, the cold can go away. Let's have some warmer weather. This was a commission from Jeannie V. It's a Grafgan, and it's very well. Good morning, Shatika, and blessings to you. How are you doing, darling? It is well overdue. She said, take your time with it. Well, I've taken way too much time. She is due it, and I'm going to finish it. And, well, it's quite big. It's probably queen sized. It is a Grafgan, and it's a fishing Grafgan. I'll try to get the fish in. Where is the fish? Let's see. That's the back side. So let me flip it around. Ziva's not going to be happy I'm taking away her cover. She likes to be under my crochet projects. Okay, let me get... All right, let's see. Here is the fish. I don't know if he's showing up too well. Hold on, he's got to move towards the wall. So there's his eye. And he goes up. And he's kind of like, you know, curved around. And there's his tail. And it's kind of like in a big circle that's ombre. And then down at the bottom, it says two fish. And up at the top, it's going to say born. Yes, it's huge. And that's not even all of it, because down here is where the words are. Oh my gosh, wait. It's eating me. It's eating me. Yeah. Down here are the words. I think. Yeah. 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 So, and I just learned. Oh, yeah. Oh boy. I just learned a new way to color change. Yeah. She sent me all the yarn. She sent me the pattern. She even sent me a lovely furls hook to make it with. And she sent me a whole nother box. There were 2 boxes that showed up. And the whole other box was just goodies for thanking me for making it for her. And she's paying me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm late on making it. Don't pay me. And she's like, don't you dare tell me that. And she yelled at me. We've become good friends. And so I laughed at her, but yeah. I felt bad for missing the original deadline. And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. It would have taken me way longer. Way, like months and months and months to make it. So you being just a little bit late is not even an issue for me. So, but I like making Grafgans, and this new color change technique, I'm going to go back if anybody's interested who likes to make Grafgans, and after the live, I will put the link to the YouTube tutorial for the new color change technique. I've used it on a few of these color changes. It is so easy, and I think it makes it cleaner. I'm not sure, but it makes it just, I like it, and you can use it at the beginning of the row, in the middle of the row, anywhere. and you can use it for any stitch, like a single crochet, a half double, a treble, a double, any size stitch. Yes, she does, because she's also a crocheter. But, you know, some things people don't like to do or they can't do on their own. So they will commission out. And, you know, I appreciate it too, because, you know, at the time I could use the money and I could use the work. And so it worked for both of us. Oh, that's amazing, Nancy. That's great. I can't wait to see your Imkin. And I love that the book is a build your own kind of thing. I just love it. I 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 have that book and I want to make some of them, but I'm making this and I'm making my things we're making Thursday. It's not silly. It's amazing. No problem, Sarah. That is amazing. $15, $18, $39, $2, $8, $60, and every so often I will stop for half a second and count. But you all understand that. I mean, you totally understand that. After this, I just have rows of black for a little bit, so no more counting. But we see you, Roseanne. Hi. How are you, hon? Ooh. Yeah, I did the Lost Soul shawl. I did it by the pattern, the written pattern though. And so yeah. I didn't follow the tutorial. I'd like to know how, I mean, I've heard he did a really good tutorial on it. Yeah, when I did mine, my yarn was way too busy. It was beautiful yarn. It was Thriss and Stitches yarn, but it was way too busy for the pattern. I tend to do that. I pick beautiful yarns, but I tend to hide beautiful patterns with beautiful busy yarns, and they cancel each other out. Hello, Sabrina. I am wonderful. How are you? He really is. I've done one of his patterns, and it made one of my favorite blankets that I own. But I love his voice. I have to do a couple more of his patterns. But I made, there were some Caron cakes. They discontinued them, of course, but they were my favorite Caron cakes. I remember the colorway, but I can't remember what the Caron cake was. It wasn't the cloud cake. It wasn't the, let me see if I can figure out what it was. It was, I am so glad. I think this later time is really good. Ooh. Yeah, it's hard to pick. I mean, when I see them in those gray, like ombre yarns, it really brings out the shawl, you know, the pattern. It's really a nice, oh, it was a Caron lava cake. I really enjoyed the lava cakes. And then I only got really to try that one. I had a couple of that one cake, and I have one of another color. And then they discontinued it because I got them on clearance. And so I'm out of luck. But I really enjoyed the lava cakes. I loved them. And I made a blanket he had out of it. And it's my blanket. My dad's like, we have so many blankets. I'm like, I don't care. This blanket is staying. It's my blanket. It's mine. It was in the color wicker, which was like tans and browns and grays and a cream, I think. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. And it was just a repeat until you oh yeah. It's hard to, you know, predict. And then you might be able to like find somebody who got the same mill end as you, but it might not be the exact same, and you could trade with them. I got a few of those mill ends. I didn't get any that were exactly the same. I got like 4 of the mill ends. They're so pretty and nice though. And then you could always, you know, mix and match if you have some that kind of go together. And the fun thing is you can make the Lost Soul shawl in any weight that you want. Any weight that you want. So I love those patterns that you can pretty much make them in any weight you want, any yarn you want. It's just the pattern speaks. Hello, Jessie. How are you? How is your day going? What pattern was that I made out of? Did I put it in here? It was the Nautilus blanket by Fiber Spider. Yeah. The Nautilus blanket. So. Yeah, what is everybody working on? Oh, yeah, because you can stop the repeat on the shawl anytime you want. I actually made my shawl from a fingering weight, and the Hirschner's Millens are a, they say they're a 2-weight, but I'm working with some right now, and I think some of them could be classified as a fingering weight or a 2-weight, you know. So, I mean, 2 of those Millens, they say they're 800 yards. And I made my Lost Soul shawl out of 2 hanks of fingering weight. And so that was only about 900 yards of a fingering weight. And if you have takes, that would be like 1,600 yards of a supposed 2-weight. So that's way more yardage. Ooh, what is the entwined queen shawl? Ooh. Yeah, they would make beautiful shawls. I'm actually making shawls out of 2 Hirschner's Millens right now. So, they do make gorgeous, gorgeous shawls. Well, I can compete with Sabrina. I'm knitting 2 hats. I've got a pair of socks on the needles, and I'm about to start another pair as soon as my needles get here today. I just finished a market bag, but I'm going to start another market bag. Oh, okay. Let me write that down, Sabrina. Entwined Queen's shawl. Queen's shawl knit. And then, I mean, I'm doing this Afghan. I'm doing the cowl blanket that I'm making, that I'm doing the crochet along for. What else? Because I know there's more. I'm finishing up my hexagon guard again. Looking around like there's supposed to be more. I mean, I could say I'm working on my cross stitch, but I'm not actually working on my cross stitch. But I actually do have to get out to tutorials for the cross stitch, because I got some materials from 2 cross stitch companies, and I said I would do tutorials for receiving their product. So I have to get those made. Hello, Lydia. How are you? Good morning. Karen, how are you? Oh, yes. Sit down. Take a break. Good morning. Well, the puppers are both having a nap. One under my project and the other on the floor. But we are all doing quite all right. Oh, wow. That sounds cool, Roseanne. Crochet away, Lydia, and wake up at your own pace. It's a great way to wake up, crocheting. Welcome back, Miss Moo. Wait, you won? No, I didn't see they redrew. Congratulations, Karen. I didn't get to see that they redrew. Yeah, I saw the original winner, but yay! Luck of the Irish. Are you Irish? Luck of the Karen. It's a Facebook group, Nancy. It's a yarn lottery Facebook group. And you sign up each month if you're going to participate or not. And then they break you into 3 groups because there are enough people who sign up. And each group gets put on its own spinny wheelie thingy. And they spin the wheel for each group and a winner is picked. And then all the non-winners from each group then send the winner at least 4 ounces of brand new yarn. So if you win that group, you get prezzies of yarn from all the non-winners from your group, which is about, let's see, 23 people, 8. So about 7 people send you yarn. If you win, about 7 people send you yarn that month. And it's about 4 ounces, but they usually send you more than that, like a 3-pack of yarn, you know? So, and you can tell them I don't like wool or I like these colors. And they're usually pretty good about that, you know. I believe it might be US only, Miss Moo. Yeah. Unfortunately, but they're on Facebook, there might be groups that are for certain areas. Yeah. Because this group is US only, I believe, but there might be other yarn lottery groups for the UK. You know, like specifically for the UK. Yeah, because a lot of us use like Amazon to buy the yarn and do it that way, or Joann's, or, you know, we'll do Walmart. Yeah, there may be a UK one where everybody in it is in the UK, so that way they can use like Amazon UK, or, you know, have it sent from a local shop or something like, you know, like a wool warehouse or that kind of thing. It really is. But I mean, maybe you can look up like yarn lottery group for the UK on Facebook and maybe find one or something. Karen introduced me to this one and I ended up winning in my 2nd month on it. And it happened to be my birthday month too. So it was a lovely little boost of birthday presents coming in my birthday month. So it was a lot of fun. And, you know, but yay, super congratulations, Karen. You'll have to let me know what pretties you get, if there's anything specifically, you know, special in there that you got, you know. And hopefully, you know, not a lot of Red Heart Super Saver or anything like that. It's okay, Allie. Oh, it's bill time for everybody, it seems. It's that time of the month, the beginning of the month. Everybody's paying the bills. Lots of fun. Have a great day, honey. Nancy. Oh, yay. I'll look for them. Yeah, we just got our property taxes and they reassessed our property last year. Ugh. Hi. Oh my gosh. Your name just, I know your name. It just went out of my head. I was just about to say it and it just went out of my head. I know your name and it just went out of my head. I bring it. I know it because it is spelled a certain way. Well, if you need any help, Karen, you just let me know. Yes, Kelly. Thank you. Yes, Kelly. And I know because you live where I used to live. And you go to Roots and the Green Dragon and I'm like, oh, I miss those places. I'm so sorry, Kelly. My brain has not been working for months now. And it's just, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. How are you? Welcome into the chat. Oh my gosh. Are you going to get back out to the farmers markets when they start opening up again and the Oh, it really is. Ruby, get out of there. There are no more treats down there. I spilt some dog treats under my tray table that the little tripod arm is attached to, and Ruby is still trying to find some, and she ate them all, but she refuses to believe me that there are no more under there. So she keeps going under there and trying to find some more. Oh. Ooh, okay. Well, you have fun. You have lots of fun. And I will look. Are you going to film it? Hi, Tammy. How are you? Welcome in. You have a great day, Kelly. Thank you for coming in. Now, where did I just put my notions pouch? That's great to hear, Tammy. Ah. Oh, I definitely think that you should try it, Nancy. Definitely. They usually help my mood. I am such an enabler on so many levels. I'm just not a good helper. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nancy. It really, really does, Tammy. It really does. It releases endorphins. That's why it helps. I'll be there. I'll be there, Nancy. Ziva does not make the best table. I put stuff on top of her and she decides to move. I just can't do yogurt. My mom force-fed me yogurt when I was a kid. Whenever I got sick, someone told her it would help my digestion reset. So she would force-feed me it, even though I did not like the taste and it would make me throw up because she would force-feed me yogurt. So now I can't stand the smell or the taste of yogurt. So, yeah, I don't eat it. Well, if they taste like chocolate. Yeah, my mom did a lot of things just by people saying, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. And, just my older sister does that too. One person says, this is the way it's supposed to go. And suddenly that's all she hears. And so that's what she does. And it's like, maybe do a little research. But, you can't live their lives for them. What are you doing, Snuffleupagus? Big yawn. So do you guys have plans for the spring? Do any of you garden? Do you have, do you do flowers or vegetables? Oh, cool. Cool, Kelly. Hello, Zara. How are you, hon? So glad you could join us. Ooh, this headband. My sister found me this headband, and I'm wearing it because it's green, and it reminds me of like Renaissance, and I love it. It's just pinning a little right behind my ears. I think it's competing with my glasses, So Zara, I got your package off to you. Thank you. I like it. I might just have to like bend it out a little. I got your package off to you. And it said expedited. Yes, I can talk. But I don't know how fast that means it'll get to you. I have no idea. I sent it last Wednesday. Okay. Good. Yeah, I put your email on it so you would get the notice and stuff. Ooh. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's like another week. Hello, Spring. How are you? Welcome in. Is Steel okay? Jude, good morning. How are you? Yes, I moved back the time of my lives. I thought, yes, Ruby is hearing my dad and sister getting ready. They have appointments today. So they're just getting up and getting ready. And she's like, I hear people. And so she wants to get up in her chair. And I'm like, no, your chair is covered with stuff. I'll clean it off later. But she's going to insist on getting up in that chair whether there's stuff on it or not. And I'm like, don't even try it. But thank goodness she didn't try it. Otherwise, we would have heard a crash. But, yeah. I am good. It's so good to see you, Spring. Yes, I'm hoping 11 o'clock will be a better time for more people to be able to come in and visit. I really enjoyed your last video. I think I caught your most recent. I don't know. You put so many out. But I'm trying to get back to visiting more people. Hello, Melanie J. Good morning. How are you? So good to see you. Yes. We were just talking about if anybody gardens or has plans to garden this year. You know, I just got my raised beds last year and I'm highly excited. I'm hoping to get another raised bed this year. So I'm going to have to probably, I'm doing good, Melanie. I'm probably going to have to build it myself, but I think I can do it. Well, I'll probably need some help from my dad to hold boards and stuff, but the majority of it I think I can do. What are you doing? You're getting stuck in there. For anybody who's coming in, I'm doing Grafgan, but under the Grafgan is this thing, this fuzzy four-legged thing underneath it. Insists on being under what I'm working on. And then she insists on sticking her head out. Ziva. Yep. Yeah, but the I have to have fixed raised beds, and then I have to fence them in because I live in a state forest. No problem, Karen. Thank you for stopping in, hon. It was so great to see you. And congrats again on your win. Can't wait to see the pictures. Oh, yeah, she loves to be tucked in and under covers and everything. But we live in a state forest, and the deer and the turkeys, the raccoons, black bear, everything just wander right through our property. So I have to, oh, that's wonderful, Dragon Cat. But I have to have everything fenced in. So last year, my dad built me a raised bed with a fence around it. Ooh, that sounds lovely, Miss Moo. And I kind of overplanted it. And then I had a bunch of containers that I had to keep inside the fence too. And I was just like, I need more space because I want to plant more. Hello, Cindy. How are you? Good morning. And so for everything I want to plant, it would make sense to have one more raised bed, same size. And I would plant all my tubers and everything in the one raised bed, and then all my above grounds in the other raised bed. And that would make sense and give me all the space I need, and I wouldn't need anything more than that. No problem, Cindy. Thank you so much, hon. But, and we have a lot of the wood we need, the fencing. We would just need to get the dirt and the gate and a few other things, some extra wood. So no worries, Jude. I'm sure nobody thought you were being rude. Just stuffing your face, that's all. And I joined all six of Joe at Grow Big TV. He's the same Joe at Garden State Gardener. He has on his Grow Big TV channel, which he has with Corky from Wide Family Farm. They're having growing contests this year, and I joined all 6 of them. Yeah, last year I only had a few plants chewed on, and I think they got under the gate, so I'm going to put a board at the bottom of the gate to block that little gap. But hurry back, Cindy. Ooh, Dragon Cat. But I think that should take care of most of my problem, except maybe caterpillars and stuff. I didn't really have much of a problem. And, but if I left anything out, you know, the deer would just have a big old salad. Yeah. Oh yeah, we lived in a campground for a year when we first moved up here, and we had a bird feeder on a pole, and a black bear broke it in half, eating all the bird seed. He broke the metal pole in half. So, yeah. No bird feeders up here. We have a hummingbird feeder, and that's inside our backyard, our fenced-in backyard. Welcome back, Sabrina. Yeah, I would, and I'm thinking, Karen, who left already, she got me a beautiful bird feeder. I'm trying to figure out where I can put it. Yogi was a brown bear, which made him, I guess, a grizzly. Tammy. He was a brown bear, and they're scary. Black bears you can scare off with noise, unless they're like rabid or protecting their young, and then run. Grizzlies play dead. Oh no, I don't want to meet a bear, but I've seen him out this window. I saw him 10 to 15 feet away in my yard, and I got go. I went away. I went away. But no, he was about 10 to 15 feet away from my window, walking through the yard, and he was probably a juvenile male or a adult female. I know, I froze, but I waited until I came back to keep talking. And then I got so excited because, and the house is small, and they were just through this wall in my sister's room. So I yelled, "Bear in the yard!" And he heard me through the window. So he stared into my window, and I went, "Hi, bear!" And he just paused, cocked his head, and then kept walking. "Hi, Denise, how are you?" Now, if I had been outside, I would have been freaked out and frightened. And if the dogs had been with me, they would have been barking their heads off, and I don't know what. And what's wrong, Sabrina? No, black bears, you make a lot of noise and you make yourself big and they'll run away. Brown bears, you play dead. Polar bears, you start praying. Yeah, I think we're a lot alike, Melanie. Oh no. Well, maybe go out and reboot, Sabrina? I don't know. Ruby, do not dig in my carpet. Ruby, do not dig in mommy's carpet. Don't do it. Don't do it, baby. What are you doing? Don't, no, Ruby. Mommy said no. Mommy said no. Ruby is having a high anxiety day. Yeah, I found out something that just made me sick the other year. Apparently in Pennsylvania, you can get a license to go into a Zara. Apparently Sabrina is trying to get your attention. She's having trouble with her chat, and most of her chats aren't being sent. Can you see Sabrina, Zara? Well, Jude can see you, Sabrina. But yeah, Jude's also suggesting try closing out the live completely. Yeah, they both can see you, Sabrina. But we're all suggesting try closing out the live and coming back, you know, the whole thing, and then coming back in. And that might clear it. You might have to close out the browser completely. But I found out that I don't know if it still is, but you could get a license that while the bears were hibernating, you could go into the den and shoot the mother with the babies in there. And I understand hunting. That's not hunting. That is not hunting in my book. That is not hunting in my book. And I found that out and I was just like, why? What is that? What does that leave the babies? And how is that in any way sportsmanlike? What kind of license is that? And it just put me off completely. I understand hunting for food. I understand when people say sportsmanlike, but it just turned my stomach. And I know people who hunt that turns their stomach. I hope they revoked that kind of license, because also, how do those babies even, but we don't have an overpopulation of bears. I mean, in fact, their mothers are having to adopt other cubs because they're being orphaned. And I wonder why. Yeah. Yeah, but I have to also think about certain things up where I live, like who lives up where I live. And hello, Bridget, how are you? The majority of the people who live up where I live are hunter. Yeah. And if they find out who you are, what your beliefs are, and where you live, kind of thing. So, unfortunately, on some cases, you have to just sit back and keep your mouth shut. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, I did miss you, Nancy. I missed you a whole lot. A whole heck of a lot. Now, I just want to mention that Bridget is nearing mini monetization. And unfortunately, she hit one of those marks where they took away some of her, those 365 days where they took away some of her hours when she was so close to mini monetization. And then they took away some of her hours, but she is still very, very close. So if anybody can run her playlist, she has a playlist that has from the beginning or from the very start. So if anybody can run her playlist, I think you have to have a clear cache so that it registers that you're running her playlist. But it would really, really help her. And we want to get her to monetization. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it right now because I'm doing the live, but as soon as it's over, I'm going to start again. And it will not take us long because every week, if you see my ticker tape, I'm getting closer because people are running my playlist because I'm trying to get there too. But every week I jump 30 or so hours. And if people run her playlist, okay, you go into, everybody has a channel. If you are on here, you have a channel. So when you're, and let me show you this. Okay. When you're on here, you have this page. I'm on the wrong side. Where is my finger? This little icon up here is your icon. You click on that and it says your channel, YouTube Studio, all that stuff. And then you go to YouTube Studio and it says clear history. Okay. And you clear watch history. And that'll just take away all the red bars on all the videos you've ever watched. That's all it does. So you may not remember what videos you watched, but it clears the watch history of everything you've ever watched. Now, that may seem inconvenient. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You don't have to. But that way, it registers it as if you're watching a video for the first time. And it counts it as if you're watching a video for the first time. So you can watch all of Bridget's videos or all of my videos or all of anybody else's videos. It's wonderful, Bridget. So the king had to go in for a small procedure today and get a stint removed, and everything went perfectly. So, yay, great news. But as far as I was saying, it means that when you watch her entire playlist, it counts everything you watch as brand new watch hours for her. So every single minute, hour, everything counts as new watch hours for her. So, but yes, Bridget, that is wonderful news. I am so happy. And that will make him rest easy, definitely make you rest easy. Is that the last procedure for a while now, Bridget? Or is there another hip coming up? And then we're at the last procedure. Siva, why are you on top of my project again? Bridget, it's like she wants to be inside my heartbeat. Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Oh, I don't know how to do it on a phone. Hold on. I have a phone right here. Let me see if I can figure it out. Let me see if I can figure it out. Unless anybody knows off the top of their head how to do it on a phone. How to clear a watch history on the phone. Oh, that'll be great, Bridget. Let me see if I can figure this out for you. My sister's singing outside my room. Give me just a second. Let me just look it up. Is it an Android phone? Okay, Tammy, you go have lunch. Oh, that's wonderful, Melanie J. Have a great day, Tammy. Okay, Nancy. Oh, you figured it out. Well, and then Jude came in and saved the day. Profile pic. Tap settings. Tap history and privacy. I have manage all history, not history and privacy. Why do I have something different than you? I don't like when it says something different. Hi, Tammy, Flower Tammy, how are you? That's the Google search. Yeah. But that's what's in settings. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll get together with you later because I have another account that I could be running stuff on. Manage all his... Yeah, but man... All right. We'll see. We'll see. Watch his... All right, I think I got it. Nancy. Oh, I'm so glad, Tammy. Sorry, I was trying to learn something here. I'm trying to learn something, and that always takes my brain for a minute. But, yeah. All right, I think I did it for that account, so I can run things on my phone with that account, and then run things for this. I think Ray has shown up. Hello, darling. Thank you for lurking. So I am going to, now that my Pupper Ziva has abandoned laying on my project, go back to doing that. There's going to be so many ends to snip, but I will trim it up. So, but yes, I am so excited to actually get to plant things. I'm actually tempted to get my sunflower seeds in the ground, but I'm worried that I might still get a frost up here since it is only March 6th, you know? I'm like, don't jump the gun. But I do have another packet of my sunflower seeds if I get a frost and those ones, you know, fluff, you know, go, you know. What do you guys think? Should I put the sunflowers? I'm in north central PA and I'm at an elevation of 2,200 feet. So sometimes we get snow in May. But we've had a very mild winter. So I'm hoping I'm going to get an early planting season. You know, but I can't predict what's going to happen in 2 weeks, Denise. We may go back to having winter again. I do not have any idea. I pretty much have the exact, yeah. Well, I cannot, you would start sunflowers inside? Yeah, that's exactly the same, Denise. I can get winter all the way through May. And my growing season is very short. Okay, well, I will do that then. I mean, the thing was, I got to do a video on the porch. It was 62 degrees. Yesterday, it got up to 57. I don't know what it'll be today, but I am like really enjoying this, let's call it an Indian spring, you know? Yeah, well, nobody in this family eats sunflower seeds, so we were just going to leave them for the birds and the animals. But then my sister's like, we're going to find sunflowers growing in places we don't want because the animals are going to eat them and then poop them out in the middle of the yard and off in the forest. And they're going to grow in the middle of the forest. And I'm like, it's true. It really is, Nancy. It really is. But so, do any of you take part in Crafting Kitty's Creator Spotlight? Does anybody here take part in that? I know, I'm so jealous because I have Bridget. I know you do bulbs. I might have to send you all my bulbs. I know bulbs, all right. Have a wonderful evening, Miss Moo, and thank you for coming in. I bought all these bulbs, and I don't want them turning to dust. I've already had them a year or so. Okay, Nancy. Well, I've been taking part in it since she's had it. And there was only 1 month that I didn't take part, and I took part in it, but I just didn't get my pictures in on time. But this month is Expression Fiber Arts. Oh, that's lovely, Dragon Cat. And I've already got a hat almost done, and I'm going to make a shawl. And so these are my colors. I'm using sock yarn, and it's all marled. So there it is. And for the first time, I'm noticing that my tablet is making it go backwards. Oh no, Dragon Cat. I hope it doesn't kill your hyacinths. But thank you. That was from a Sock of the Month club I was in Um, but, so, and then I had another pattern picked out, but I think I might change it to something simpler, because if I'm going to do it's a shawl, it's called a shawl, but it kind of is more of a poncho, a little ponchette. But I need another simple pattern because you can enter 3 times. But Bridget, since you have bulbs already, would you like some more bulbs? Because I have a bunch of bulbs, but I don't want them turning to dust, and I have nowhere to plant them, really. Well, I can plant a few of them, but I have nowhere really to plant them. And, you know, I don't really know anyone to give them to. And it's a whole variety. Oh, good. I will just throw them in your box. They are everything colorful. Everything colorful. And tulips, gladioli, everything. And you can just go to town on them. Yes. And, you know, of course, they'll self-procreate. A lot of them will. So hopefully you will just have your own secret garden. I had a friend who literally had a little cottage where I used to live, and it had a pond behind it. And she literally turned the yard all around it, in the front yard and the backyard. It was the secret garden with this cute little bungalow cottage. And I loved it. And she was teaching me to garden what I could find naturally, and I didn't have to buy at greenhouses. And she would give me cuttings to put in my front. We had mulched areas in our front around the porch, and she would bring me cuttings. And she taught me, if you have willow trees, she taught me if you had a cutting, to put a willow branch, a cutting from a willow branch, in with your cutting from a plant, and the sap from the willow branch is a natural, it helps your cutting to actually grow better and to thrive. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, and I bet he is going to feel so much better and spry once his hips are, you know, healed and, you know, he's out of pain. We had 2 or 3 willow trees, weeping willows, on our property. And we had a weeping cherry where we used to live. And the weeping willows were huge, and we had benches under them and would sit. It was like a little park. We had 3 acres, and one of the acres was a pasture, and we had sheep in it, and they were pets. And we had a Boer goat, and he was a pet, and his name was Elmer. And he was silly, a silly goat. He was as big as I was, as tall as me at the horns. But yeah, I mean, the only thing you had to watch out for with the weeping trees were the ticks, because in Lancaster County, it was very humid and ticks were rampant. I mean, I saw more ticks down there than I do up here in the forest. I mean, up here you see the tiny ones that carry Lyme, but they get on the dogs. And then the dogs have medication, So they get off the dogs and they jump on me. Yay! Because the dog sleeps with me. And so in the middle of the night, and then I wake up and there's the tiny, but it doesn't bite me. I find it when it's crawling on me because it tickles, and then off it comes into toilet paper, into the toilet, and down the hatch it goes. Oh, that is so sweet, Nancy. Yeah, we also had a really nice non-weeping tree in that 2 acres of yard, and my dad built a tree house in it for my nieces and nephew, and we sold our house to Amish, and they had children, and we had one of those really great swing sets, and it came with a merry-go-round and a seesaw, like separate pieces of a merry-go-round and a seesaw. And part of the deal with the house, because the people who were buying the house came to our yard sale before we moved. We had 3 weekends of mega yard sale. Now, I am a salesperson. I am a shopper, extraordinaire sales haggler. My dad was out there underselling me, making deals. I had kayaks sold, and he's like, well, no, we'll sell them for this much and throw in this. I'm like, don't do that. I 300, and then 150 plus you threw in. Stop doing that. We're trying to make money. And he's like, well, and I'm like, no, we need money. Go inside. I was kicking him out of the yard sale. But the Amish people who had bought the house came by, and they saw the play set, and they said, will you leave it? So we sold it to them and left it with the house for the kids for way less than it cost, and that kind of thing. It was nice but my dad had built an observatory in the pasture with a working rotating top that he built with a garage door opener. But the top of the observatory rotated so his telescope, could see the whole panorama of the sky. And, they, of course, bulldozed that down. Oh, yeah, there was a swing. Before we got the swing set, there was just a plain swing under the tree house. It's just great memories. Great memories. I remember putting up the swing set when we got it. Yep. The kids. It was especially the 2 youngest kids, because the older ones, the oldest one is now 28. The next one is 25. The next one is 21. The next one is 16. That's my nephew, the only boy. And then the youngest one just turned 13. And she's my buggy. She's the baby. But my nephew and my buggy are my babies. And they were both born while we were at that house. And I was in the room when each of them were born. And I took care of them as newborns up until they were both about 2 years old. And then my sister, well, there's a story with my nephew, and then my sister remarried with my niece, and then she and her husband and my niece lived in the house with us. And then later she moved out with my niece. But oh wow, Nancy. But great memories in that house with the kiddos and everything. But I guess you could say I was their nanny, pretty much, because my sister worked, and then even when she was off work, she liked to go out with her friends, and I was their Mimi. That's what they call me, Mimi. And it was my nephew's first word was Mimi. He couldn't say Mel, so he didn't call me Aunt Mel. He called me Mimi. And it was his very first word. So nobody can take that away from me. Oh, that's a good number for one of my lives, Dragon Cat. Thanks. Mine doesn't seem to update, so it's nice to know. Thank you, hon. Yeah, I didn't know they changed house numbers on the street either. So does anybody have any... Bridget, if you are still here, hon, would you like to tell them, in case anybody doesn't know about your MAU and like the ending date and everything? If you're still here. If there's no answer, I know you're not here anymore. And if anybody else has anything going on, feel free to talk about it. I'm not sure if I have any mods here anymore, but if you type the word drop, I will drop your channel. Give me a moment though, because if it happens like too rapidly, I might not be able to keep up. But yeah, I'll try to get everybody's channel dropped who wants it. Nightbot doesn't seem to work for me. I'm going to try to get that fixed, but it's going to be a process. So if anybody wants their channel dropped so that, everybody can go visit them and see if they want to check them out and make a new friend. Yes, I think 2 cakes of the melons would more than make a decent sized lost soul. Because I used just 2 hanks of fingering weight, and that was only about 900 and some, or 1,000 yards, and two cakes of millins is probably like 1,600 yards of a 2 weight. So that should be way more than enough. Yeah, that should be way, way more than enough. Even if it turns out to be more like a 1 weight, it should be way, 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 way more than enough. Well, you can, Mama G has if you get it done before May, Mama G is going to be doing an auction for her mental health and meows. I bet it would make a great auction item if you feel like donating, but not like pressuring or anything. But I bet people would love to bid on it. Hello, Snaily. Snaily, have I ever learned your name? Ever? Or do I only know you as Snaily? I mean, I don't mind calling you Snaily, but I do like knowing people's names. How are you today, by the way? I know, I do that too. That's what my other thing is. I'm making a pair of socks for the Creator Spotlight. That was my other thing. I'm getting my needles today because they're in DK. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I couldn't remember because Mel's brain doesn't work. Uh-huh. And are we surprised? No. No. Oh. Well, I won't use your name then. It's nice to know. I'll just call you Snaily. I am doing quite well. I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad you're off work. I know, it's a Lisa thing, and she's probably quite proud of herself that she got yet another one of her nicknames out there, and most people are using it now. She's probably like, eh. Okay, you crash, Bridget. I'm going to try and promote your make-along. I made it my way, and hopefully I won't get much wrong. Oh, she won't think you're sending her junk, Nancy. Don't worry about it. Have a good rest, Bridget. No problem. No problem, Bridget. Anytime. Sleep well. So what I was talking about for Bridget's make-along is she's doing a make-along called I Made It My Way. And what it is you can take an existing pattern or a stitch or an idea or anything. It doesn't even have to exist already. That's cool, Wriggles. I call you Wriggles just because that's how I was introduced to you. So, yeah, I guess she got me on that one too. But anyway, the I Made It My Way is you take anything, an idea, a stitch, a pattern that exists, and you change it up to make it your own. You can change a stitch count. You can change a border. You can change, I don't have it over here, but I made an amigurumi, and it was a bear in a pumpkin costume. And I didn't want to make a bear. I made it a platypus. But the thing was, I had never made a platypus before. And I looked at a picture of a platypus with the beak and the tail and how his little paws, well, on the thing, but you know, his hands and feet are different colors than his body. And so I changed the color for his hands and feet and I made it. And I just, you know, I've made enough things that increase and decrease that I figured it out. And I had to frog a few times to get the sizing right, but I did it. And only after I did it did I realize this is one of the first times I've done that without over worrying. I'm that person who wears the shirt that says, hold on, let me overthink this. Yeah. And I did it without overthinking it. And so I was able to actually accomplish it. And he's so cute. He's so cute. And this was years ago, but Bridget said she doesn't care when you made it or when you did it. I also have a baby blanket where I changed the stitch count amazingly because it was only going to make a preemie blanket and I wanted a baby blanket. But I had to do some major mathing. Yes, exactly, Jude. Thank you. And that kind of thing. Or somebody showed you a stitch sampler and you, like Jude said, turned it into a cardigan. Or I was doing something for Mama G's Monochromatic Mal. I took a stitch. Hello, Barb Jarvie. Welcome in. How are you? It's so good to see you. Welcome to the live. I took from my new Japanese knitting encyclopedia that my sister got me for Christmas, and it's all charts. I took 2 different chart patterns and I'm making a scarf. Apparently that's what they call designing. Yeah, I don't want to be called a designer, but yeah. But I'm making a scarf. And so I'm so glad to hear you're doing good, Barb. So that kind of, you know, if Mama G does another monochromatic Mal, it works for that, but it also works for the I made it my way, because I just took a chart and made it into a scarf. Now it's only this big right now, but you know, it would, and I believe the deadline is April 1st. So I got to get going on that scarf again, but I already have a few things. Now, she has a video. Look for her video about the I Made It My Way Mal, and it will, yes, you can enter as many times as you have projects. Now, if you happen to spin yarn or blend yarn or dye yarn, spin yarn, dye fiber, spin yarn, and then crochet or knit the yarn, that gets you 5 entries. If you do 3 processes to make the project, you get 5 entries. If you're only knitting or crocheting, or it doesn't even have to be knitting or crocheting, it can be making something else. That's why it's a make-along. It can be making it in some other way. I don't know if she includes like origami or, you know, clay work. You'll have to ask her about that. I think it might only be yarn work, you know, fiber work. You'll have to look at the video. I think it's only fiber work, knitting, weaving, crocheting. Bye, Dad. I don't know why I'm waving. My door's shut. He can't see me wave. But, yeah, totally do that, Nancy. But, I think it's only fiber work. But you'll have to check with her. You can always email her and ask her. I might be wrong. I'm usually wrong. But I think the deadline... Oh, thank you, Jude. Thank you so much. And Jude just dropped Bridget's channel, so you can go find the video easier. But... And then also Bridget needs watch hours, and we're trying to get her to mini monetization, which she is very, very close to. Let's get her there. So, yes. I believe it's open internationally. I don't know if she's going to have prizes based on how many people enter. Hi, Sid. How are you, hon? Now, here's something. My 2-year podiversary is this month, but so is Sid's, because Sid and I are podiversary twinsies. So, check out Sid. Yes. Now, Sid's already made it over 1,000. I'm not going to make it to 1,000 by my podiversary. I think our podiversary is the 25th. Is it the 25th, Sid? Do you remember? I think it's the 25th. Have a great day, Dragon Cat. I don't know why I keep waving. I'm like a little kid right now. I've had too much caffeine today. But yes, I believe it's open internationally. Just check out that video. I've now lost my train of thought on it. But yes, so Sid and I are podiversary twinsies. We found that out last year on our first podiversary. She has way outpaced me, but she does a lot more than me on her channel than 26th. Okay, so I was close. 26th. I am planning on something for mine. A party, probably a party live. I'm just not sure when, like, what time or exactly what yet. I will let you all know closer, but not too close. I won't leave it too close to the date. Yeah, I'll find out. How do I find out? There should be something that says you started your channel here, right? Or your first video was posted this day, right? I don't have to go all the way back in my archives to find my first video, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was how. I have to go all the way back to my first. Yeah. What do you mean donate the scarf? Well, yeah, you could donate the scarf to whatever you want. Yeah. You can always donate the scarf. Yeah, yeah. That's the plus of making for these things, is that you always have stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to make it to 2 hours, but and this is silly. My bladder says that we have to stop now. And that's really sad because I wanted to keep going, but I am an overweight, now middle-aged woman, and apparently I drank too much water during the live or right before it, and I don't think I'm going to make it another 10 minutes. How sad is that? Yeah. Yeah. You can all laugh at me if you want. Or you can just commiserate, because I know you've all been in the same spot. I know you have. Yep. I know. Jude's like, oh no, don't put yourself through it. But when it comes upon you, and you're already blocked in by like tray tables and dogs, and you're like, how am I even going to start moving? You're going to watch YouTube, but you can always get out your crochet stitch book and start something for the Mal, Nancy. And that's doing something constructive. Oh, I know. Sid, you are a youngin'. You have no idea. Well, I don't know if you have any idea. You've had a baby. You might have an idea. Oh, Jude, don't you start with that again. Don't you start with that cutesy stuff. You are being silly. I am not cute. I am a woman on the verge. I am on the verge. I am going to see you guys later. I love you all. Shine bright. Laugh at me if you need to. All right. Bye.